Good morning, everybody. My name is Stan Schmia. We'll be presenting this morning on our new gas feed line. So I kind of subtitled this presentation, "If You Could Not Make Web Tech." So I think as many of you know, it looks like from the attendee list, many of you attended the annual Web Tech conference. An exposition was last week in Chicago. And so, as usual, our technology presented some new technologies. We had our booth there with some new technologies. And so, for those of you that weren't able to attend the show, this is a presentation to kind of give you a little bit of flavor or feel for the show and what we presented. So, welcome everybody this morning. I hope people can hear me and can see the slides. I would ask those on the phone to mute your phone lines. That way the audio quality is a little better for everybody else. There will be time at the end of this presentation for Q&A. So anyway, people are getting on board. We'll just get started here. So hopefully people can see my slides. This is a new gas feed line. And then actually the picture I took of the show floor itself, and it was only really like half of the floor. The McCormick section was quite large. And the Web Tech took up like two banks of it, and this was really just one side of it. If you look here, if I can circle it, this is from the show floor. This was the Denora booth. So right there, actually had a pretty good spot where we're on right up towards the front. There were a lot of big booths around us. We had a nice presentation there. So the outline for this presentation, as many of you know, we launched our new cabinet series. We look for our cabinets at the conference this year. So we're going to go ahead and go get into some details on the new cabinets. Also, not long ago, we redid our wall valves and wall panels. Some of you guys have seen some presentations on the wall valves and wall panels. So I thought it would be nice to recap that. What we did on our wall valves and panels to kind of give you guys an overview as to what that new chlorine line looks like. And also, we released it at the ACE show in 2017. It was actually in Philadelphia in June. The new Microchem 3. We also did have a display for the Microchem 3 at Web Tech just completed last week. So I thought it would take an opportunity to again introduce or reintroduce to some of you that may not have had a chance to see it. The Microchem 3. So that's the agenda, and then we'll have some Q&A afterwards. But before we get started, we actually we did a nice little video. We had a professional video crew come through our facility a few weeks ago, and we take some videotape of our plant and some of the folks that work here, and including our director, Octavio Diaz, and yours truly as well. I got the opportunity to get the video. This was playing over and over at the Web Tech conference around the big screen. So I'm hoping this technology works, and then when I play the video, you guys will be able to hear the audio and see the video. It's only about 5 minutes long, so let's see how this goes here.
Sustainable technologies offering energy-saving products and water treatment solutions. Present in 12 countries, Denora is an Italian multinational with 23 offices, 12 manufacturing facilities, and research centers in Italy, the US, and Japan. With its continuous focus on new product development and innovation, in 2015, Denora acquired a series of familiar water treatment brands, among them the Capital Control product line, an industry pioneer. I'm very proud of our brand's heritage in 1950. Capital Control invented the old vacuum gas filtration system. Very unique to operate highly reliable, which is why we have the industry standard for over 50 years now. Which runs 355 patents out east, with more than 2,700 territorial extensions. The products incorporate reliable capital control technology with innovative new features. We want to come up with a pressure monitor to refine the gas cabinets. pounds per day. Each compact cabinet is available with automatic or manual seat and a 10-inch flow meter for ease of reading. Starting operation to make the secret differential pressure regulator. And on full automatic model, an additional controller may not be needed, reducing extra equipment, reduces costs for our end users. We believe that after 3 miles in each will make it easy for engineers and end users. So we clearly identify what type of equipment needs for specific applications for specific functions. The new equipment comes with streamlined technical improvement and it's unique to Doug. We're really excited about the compact cabinet because they give you a better footprint overall, so a water or wastewater plant indoor space instead of premium, so going to the cabinet you can plug in air conditioning and cooking depending upon the environment. When it's expensive indoor space, so you can save on indoor space, you're going with a smaller compact design, allowing the overall building a lot less expensive. Colmar continues to develop new products in the water treatment sector, including the new Colmar on-site sodium hypochlorite generator and the microchemistry analyzer controller in one. Fueled by a strong internal R&D group, the company is driven by its customers and supported by open innovation techniques. What you also redesign our capture cabinets was a combination of voice of customers with Sonora's persistent drive for product improvement evolution.
Okay, well, I hope that worked out well. I'm not sure how that transferred over the webinar, but if people here would could give me some feedback afterwards, I'd really appreciate that. And of course, Octavia and I will be signing autographs later for those of you that are interested. So anyway, that was the overview of the video that we showed. Now we'll get into some basic slides. Again, going over the technology that we presented a little bit on the show floor itself. Sounds like a lot of people did join while that video was going on. And I would also just remind people to please go ahead and mute your phone so that the clarity that others so that the audio comes through better. So I guess the main thing that we were really excited to present at the conference was new bezels or skins, we call them, for our cabinets. So those of you that have been long-time partners of Capital Controls, the Temperature and Aurora, you're familiar with our cabinet line, the way our cabinets will look over the last 20 years or so. So we're really excited to have a new look for our cabinets. So you can see that the models themselves have got a new cabinet shape. And we do have those in 2 different sizes, just like we had before, the compact cabinets that I mentioned in the video, and also a full-size cabinet. And since about 2 years ago, we've streamlined the line. So we used to have 5 different cabinets. Now we really only have 3 different cabinet lines. But we retain all of those features of what we used to be the old Portal, known as Fisher & Porter, or the old Advanced Capital, brought them together into one new vanilla line. So we've got a 4100 series of compact cabinets available in both manual and automatic. Those are good up to 3,000 pounds a day sonic. We're the only company that offers sonic operation up to 3,000 pounds a day. And then a compact cabinet that saves footprint and it creates a nice package on the plant floor and on the water plant floor. Also, we have our 4200 compact series cabinet as well. Externally, they're hard to tell from the front anyway. But that one goes up to 8,000 pounds per day, and that's also, that one has to be, of course, DC regulated to go above 3,000 pounds a day. And then for those customers that need the full cabinet, 10,000 pounds a day, we have our 5200 series, again, also available in auto and manual. And of course, you can see again the new skins, the new color scheme that we work with, kind of creating a whole product family within the Sonora line. So we're looking to have these cabinets are available right now, but with the old cabinet skin or the current cabinet skin, we'll have them out with the new skin coming sometime next year. But we had a nice launch of the skins at WebTech just last week, and the feedback we got from the customers, people thought it was really good. So, and I would welcome any feedback from you guys. You can work through you can send me an email or work through your channel partner, your regional manager, and get some feedback on them. We're really interested to see how people feel about the new look. So the cabinets again range from small 10,000 pounds a day. All of our cabinets now feature a 10-inch large flow meter rotometer. So in the past, we had some cabinets that had a 6-inch rotometer, but the nice large 10-inch rotometer is easier to see from far away. A lot of times these cabinets are in a chlorination room. Sometimes you're looking out through a window. So it's nice to have a big large flow meter you can see. So we standardize around a large flow meter for all these. We've also standardized around the chromatic valve, that all of them feature, all the automatic valves, I should say, feature single input right to the valve itself. So if you have an application where you have a single input, whether it's a simple flow pacing application or even some applications where the SCADA system is doing the control and you're sending a flow signal into the cabinet, there's no need for a controller on all of our automatic cabinets now. It's just a single input application. And of course, again, like we said on the 4100 series, up at 3,000 pounds a day. That's a sonic unit, so no need for differential pressure regulator. So that keeps the cost down. Of course, we do have available still going forward our 1451 controller. So if a controller is needed for either of these units, so the controller would be mounted on the small units. On the compact units, be mounted separately. The large unit is installed within it. What's nice is that the controller now doesn't actually power the valve. It's just a separate controller and just sends the force signal input into the valve inside the cabinet. And all the cabinets, all the automatic cabinets, we kind of standardize around that actuator. So that's basically what we do to the cabinets that we announced at the show. So we're really excited to get feedback from us to start seeing those out there in the field next year, 2018. Just also wanted to describe a little bit, some of you guys mentioned this before, but I wanted to sort of round out our chlorinator line. We have made some changes to the chlorinator line, so we've got our Series 2000 CV wall valve, call it, or Series 3000 CV wall valve. For those of you that are familiar with the old, we called it WCV 2000, I should say the WCV 3000. We've changed the names on those and kind of repackaged them. So now for a wall valve, we have a 2000 CV and a 3000 CV. And we packaged those. We've always had a 3000 CV valve, the triple input valve on a wall panel. But we released also the 2000 valve on a wall panel. So it's a new 2000 WT that you see here. So again, we have a couple different sizes for these valves. Up to 500 pounds a day to 3,000 pounds a day in both different configurations. And again, available as wall panels, where we provide the panel and the vacuum gates and vacuum switches if needed, or just as a wall valve, we can mount directly on the valve, on the wall. So here's the 2000 CV that stays packaged as a wall panel, available from 25 to 300 pounds a day. The vacuum switch box, right here. That's an optional adder. It's actually sold separately, so if you need it, you can buy it separately and just wire it in or plug it in. And also the vacuum gate as well is sold separately. Again, you can buy that and plug it in. But again, just like the cabinet, we found an already built-in single input controller. It does do the ratio control. So if you have a simple flow pacing operation, no need for a controller on. This valve will take that signal right in, and away you go. And of course, we have the 3000 series valve. So again, those are familiar with the CV 3000. That's essentially this valve. We just renamed it, simplified the name. So it's a 3000. In this case, we're showing it in the WP. So it's on a wall panel. And then you've got the In this case, the gauge comes standard. The vacuum box switch is optional, and of course a nice large 10-inch flow meter that we're going with. So the package, I'm pretty much familiar with this package. We've done this for quite a while, and we just renamed it and just changed a little bit the way the options are sold. It's the same 3,000 CV valve that we've seen a lot of success with over the last several years. So just repackaged it. And of course, lastly, like I mentioned, for both of these items, we've made it so you can buy the vacuum switches separately. So they can put on either panel. So again, you get the high vacuum switch if you're on a plane, or the low vacuum switch if there's an issue with the ejector. So it's just a nice optional feature that we're offering with the wall panel. And just sort of a reminder rule of thumb, so that for the wall valve, again, we use the Systemic CV3000, about 3,000 CV, the CV2000 is 2,000 CV, and we discontinued actually for those who familiar with the old advanced 1410, and now we replaced it with our 2,000 CV or 3,000 CV. So you got to work with your salespeople if you do a replacement. And so on the wall panels. So the wall panels, the old WT 1410 and 840, and you guys have those out there. Those had to be replaced on a new 2,000 or 3,000 wall panels. But feature for feature, we got really all the features that we had before, just in the new configuration. And the 2,000 WT goes to 2,000 CV, and again the Systemic CV 3000 goes to 3,000 WT. So just little naming schemes that we've done. Again, all this functionality, all the product demand that we were doing before we had that new product line. So also we can do retrofits. If you have any customers out there that have existing applications or any components and things, give us a call, give your regional manager a call, and we can help figure out how we can take you from the current technology. I probably shouldn't call it old, but more say the current technology to the new technology. A lot of this stuff can be retrofitted into existing applications. A lot of times we're just changing pictures and serial numbers of equipment that's already out there if we want to upgrade it to the new equipment. So I encourage people to work with the channel partners, myself, or the folks here at the factory, Phil Fallon or Mahoney, to figure out appropriate upgrade paths for the customers that are out there. So now we'll talk about the MicroChem 3. Again, we released this at the ACE show earlier this year in June. I'm happy to say that we're shipping products right now. So this is our new chlorine analyzer. Really, the whole analyzer. It's a whole analyzer family that we released. Replaces the MicroChem 2 that we've had out for a number of years. And you can see this slide. There's essentially a control box, a controller. There's a controller up here, and then you can plug in multiple different what we call wet ends, depending upon what your application is all about and what you're trying to control. So really, it's a whole family of products, and so we'll try to go into some detail on the MicroChem 3. So again, one common control box. Here you've got up to 3 channels, so you can measure 3 different things with one control panel. One of the nice features about it, it's got a color touch screen on there, so more modern, easy to use, manager and operation. It's really intuitive when you're using it. Also, we've designed it as an international product, so if you buy the AC unit, it can auto tell whether it's 240 or 120, don't need jumpers or any switches that you got set in there. Just plug it in and go. And we do have DC operation available for this unit, and that's just the critical part numbers for the unit AC to DC, basically. just public department rather. The transmitter controller, it's got a controller built into it, just like the old MC2 had. We've now put a 420 milliamp output per channel, so it can be used as a controller. And again, you can put multiple instruments and measurement cells on the unit itself. So we'll now talk a little bit about some of the wet ends that we have available. So the first one we'll talk about is our MC 4000 measuring cell. Again, this is our bufferless chlorine dioxide measurement. Same cell really we would use in the KC 4000. So I know a lot of you guys are familiar with our existing control options. So we try to take, again, just with the best of the technology that we offered in the past and package them with a new technology. So people really like lateral wet ends, so we retain those wet ends and just repackage them for the MC3 series. So again, the same as the 4000, KC 4400. It's also available with 12 millimeter probe holder, so that you can have a pH probe to the measure cell as well. Okay. The MC 5000, this cell comes mounted on the poly panel. Each flow cell can accommodate one 25 millimeter and one 12 millimeter electrode. And the calibration graph panel is taken by rotating overflow tube out of the drain cup. Sample flow to the panel is controlled by the optional PRV when the inlet pressure is above 15 psi. We've got 3 different probe ranges available to match the application needs, and the control valve can be adjusted such that the water constantly coming out of the clear sample tube on the left side. And I would ask those that are on to mute your phones. This is a courtesy to everybody. Again, so that's our MC 5000, our MC 5000 cell for the CL2 applications. The MC 6000, so for those of you that are familiar with the 1870E analyzer, you're probably looking at that wet end and going, oh, hey, that looks pretty familiar. And of course, it is, because the same basic components there. We pan them on a PRV, 150 psi inlet, and reagent supply can replace weekly, and a convenient bottle located on the right side of that panel there. So yes, really the 1870E package for the MC group series. Here we have the MC 7000. So this is essentially the CL1000 measure cell with a 3 electrode design. Also has a reagent pump, and here you can do up to 5 weeks between refills. So if you want to scale up to the CL1000, or if you're familiar with the CL1000, the MC 7000 is the way to go. So a lot of times people ask, which chlorine measurement cell should I use? So really after the first question asked, is it free or total chlorine? And then the pH of the sample, is the pH stable? If it's stable, then you can probably get away with a bufferless. If it's not stable, then you need a buffer design. And then water, wastewater, of course, drives that and the range of the measurement. And then oftentimes, of course, the choice of cell will be driven by the application. So let's go ahead and look at some of the options there. So for bufferless free chlorine, the MC 4000, so pH up to 7.5, 0 to 10 ppm. So if your pH is higher, the MC 5000 with 3 electrode measurements, you get 3 different ranges, of course, up to 10 ppm. Those are your bufferless free chlorine options. If you want to go free or total, then buffered options, that is, the pH is going to be changing. The MC 6000 up to 20 ppm, range with 2 electrodes, and of course the MC 7000, the long reagent pump, you can up to 5 weeks with 3 electrodes, you can up to 20 ppm. And then for pH, NORP, we've got some small wet ends, 12 millimeter probes for pH, and NORP just like we've had before. And connectivity as well, we call it our MT2500. So our connectivity probes is just like the old DC 4000 that we were offering with the Microchem 2. People ask, can I update this many Microchem 2 instruments to the new Microchem 3? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. We've really tried to make an effort to be compatible with the existing installations and the existing designs that we have out there. So you may notice that the physical size, the mounting components, the mounting structure, very similar to the same really as the MC2. And again, a lot of those wet ends are pretty much the same wet ends, just packaged differently than before. So you can go. We try to make the migration path from the current customers that are using the MC2, which has a large install base. They're really running all over the world, and try to make it easy for you guys to graduate up to the MC3. And my favorite chart of all this on the MC3 is this one. This one gives you a good feel for the indication of if you had this, where you're going to go now in the new world of Microchem 3. So if you had a 1770 analyzer, you'd be looking at an MC4000 by yourself plus the instrument. Or if you had a CL1000, again, you'd look at the MC7000 by yourself plus the instrument. So this is a nice little cheat sheet. Frankly, I've been using it quite a bit lately. This gives you give you a good migration path as to what you got today versus what we have going forward in the product offering. And of course, we always are open and available for engineers. Each engineer solution is one of our strengths. For Donor Water Technologies is our deep background and experience with water, wastewater, plumbing applications all over the world. So we're talking about electronics and different control schemes, and even things like the cabinets. Each application is unique. We like to present ourselves as technical consultants to help customize an application to meet our specific customers' needs. Of course, talk to your regional manager about that. So lastly, just a couple more slides. Again, for those of you that weren't able to attend the show, the pictures of our booth itself, and you can see the cabinet. Let's see if I can draw that down. You can see the cabinets in the background right there, and us just doing some consultative sales work at the show. So these are close-ups of the cabinets. We have both the compact cabinet and the large cabinet at the show. We kind of have them back to back. You can kind of walk all the way around them too. So on the left there, you can see the 5200 is the large cabinet, and the 4200 the compact. And then we had a display showing the Microchem 3 at the show as well. So a nice display for the Microchem 3 at our booth. So that pretty much ends my presentation. So we've got plenty of time. If people have any questions, I'd be happy to entertain any questions people might have. I know I've got some of my colleagues on the line as well. If they have any questions for the team in Colmar about our product line, what we showed at WestTech, or any details, please feel free to ask. Yes, that is correct. If you do need more, give me a call. We can look at other things if you do more than 3,000.
So, just like the range looks to be the same for the 3,000.
Well, it's really a matter of control features and cost. That's a good question, though. So as Tasha mentioned more detail, the CB3000 got a built-in microprocessor, built-in controller. So if you want to bring in a flow signal and a residual analyzer signal, you can bring those directly into the 3000 CV valve. which you can't do with a 2000 TV. The 2000 TV, it's a single input, so you want to bring in really a slow signal or already a 4-way signal that's been conditioned from the DCS that's controlling the plant. So it really is a matter of it's one of those say the lower end applications may use a 2000 TV, some of the higher end applications that trickle in may use a 3000 TV. A lot of it depends on what control feature the customer needs. Not so much capacity control. Good question. Any other questions?
Yeah, someone say with Brian process, I want you in terms of the older capital equipment installations that are out there, what do you consider the life expectancy of those systems when they should be considering transfer?
Yeah, so depending on what the 10 to 15 years for a cabinet-based system or large chlorinator-based system, small VR is 5 to 10 years, but we like to think that after 10 to 15 years of good solid operation for cabinet-based equipment represented, then it's time for an upgrade. Now, of course, there are people that are running their equipment for 30 and 40 years out there. I mean, people on the call that have been doing it for that long, and that happens. But in general, we like to look at a 10 to 15 year time frame, and then it's time for an upgraded equipment. Okay. And also like to point out, we do still, even the equipment is out there now, we are still supporting it for parts support. So even though they've released all this new equipment, we do have a robust selection of parts for bringing this. The most everything that's been running out there for the last 15, 20 years, we do of course have the parts for that.
Right. Is there any plan to not support those systems?
Generally, we like to keep at least, we have for mechanical items a 10-year, after we've obsoleted something, there's a 10-year we commit to. For electronic items, a 5-year commitment after we've obsoleted. But, I can't say that a lot of the parts that are used in the new equipment is essentially sort of a mix and matching of our parts that we've been doing for 20 or 30 years. So I wouldn't really anticipate us having issues supporting parts 10, 15 years from now for this equipment. Any additional questions? Please. Sure.
I have clients that have the older style compact, and if I remember correctly, the controller did not be put by.
Correct.
The controller had to be remote mounted.
Correct.
Is that still the case?
Yeah, I should have put a slide in on that. So the compact, this has to do with the physical constraints of the cabinet. So the compact doesn't have room for the controller built into it. So the full size is a cutout on the front for the controller. If you look at, go back to the picture, you can see on the left here, there's a controller. But on the compact, there's like no room for that. There just isn't any room for it there. Just as I mentioned. So we actually have a bracket that we're selling now that mounts right on top here that you can attach the controller to it for the compact if it's needed. Or the bracket's optional. People mount the controller wherever they want. It's just a small cable that runs to the valve. That's still the case, I'm afraid, with the compact. There is no room for the controller on it. Good question. Thanks, Barbara. Any additional questions? Can you repeat that? I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't catch that question. I deeply apologize. It sounds like you may be coming from overseas and the teleconferencing system isn't working really well. I recommend if you have a question to send me an email or give me a call. It's on the invitation, my contact details. I really apologize for the international conference call is garbling the audio. Okay. Any additional questions this morning? Okay. Well, I guess that will conclude this webinar. I really do thank you guys for taking the time this morning. This is a monthly program that Colmar is doing, so we will be sending out emails in the future on additional topics for the WebEx. We've got a whole schedule for 2017, 2018. So I do look forward to you attending. And do please give me some feedback on these. I do really appreciate it when I hear from the audiences, letting me know how we're doing, what we can do for you, and what we can do to improve, and what things you'd like us to train on. So again, thank you very much, and this concludes the webinar.